Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Yonityamachyutapadam Bhajayagma Rugma Vyamoha Tastadetarani Trinayamene Asmad Guroho Bhagavato Sadai Kasanto Ramanujasya Charano Sharanam Prapati. Yasya Smarana Matrena Dvaita Vasana Pramachyate Bodhatmakaya Namastasmai Bhagavate Shri Ramanamarshye. Hridakashe Sadabhantam Shantamanandarupinam Yanabhanamaham Bande Sadgurum Shri Satyasayinam Amantaryaminam Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranatakleshanashaya Shri Govindaya Namo Namaha. The versatility of Krishna is abundantly displayed in all the leelas that Bhagavan displays, shows, performs. Brahma wanted to see a leela Bhagavan displayed, a leela of creation. He displayed the Vedantic truth that it is the one that has become many. But that is the rarefied atmosphere of high Vedantic truth, metaphysical truth. With the same ease with which he demonstrates that truth, he is now going to also make a great song and dance. And he chose for that dance the stage. It's the most fluid stage one can think of. There is a saying in Tamil that a dancer who could not perform very well blamed the stage. There was a dancer and she was performing and her performance was not even flat. It went down. And so she said it is because the stage wasn't right. Bhagavan chooses a stage for his dance. All of his time in Vrindavan is filled with the dance only. But Arangetram Panuvalya, the first debut dance that is done, Arangetram, later on he is going to dance with all the gopis. Along with all the gopikas, he is going to do the Rasakrida dance. But before Rasakrida dance comes a dance where he first shows everybody I am capable of dancing. And what is the stage he chooses for that? The hoods of the snake Kaliya. The least expectation of a stage is it is firm, stable, not moving, because the dancer is supposed to move. Stage is not supposed to move. If the stage moves and the dancers dance movements, we can imagine how they would be. And here Bhagavan is choosing Kaliya Shirasi, the head of Kaliya, the snake. There was a snake. There are many snakes, but this is a named snake. It was called Kaliya. It used to live somewhere in, they say, Fiji. He was a bit of a naughty snake. And he incurred the wrath of Garuda. Garuda was the king of birds and the vehicle of Lord Vishnu and the natural born enemy of snakes. So the snakes had come to a kind of a truce, an understanding. They said, we'll give you 48 hours, 5 days, 45 days. They kept changing it. But finally they came to a truce. And they said, you don't wantonly kill all of us. We will make some arrangements for your food. So they would keep food for Garuda. Garuda would eat that and be happy. This Kaliya, on the other hand, became a bit proud of his strength. He was very, very poisonous, he was. His poison had a different level of virulence to it. And so becoming very proud of it, he decided to go and sneak in and eat some of the offerings that were kept for Garuda. Garuda found it out, became angry and started to chase him around the ends of the world. Finally, he found a place where Garuda was not permitted to come. This is the beauty of nature. For everything there are balances and checks. There's one place where Garuda could not come, and that was this place near Yamuna. One particular spot of Yamuna, of the river Yamuna, and Garuda was not allowed to come. So Kaliya the snake found refuge in that spot. And once he came there, he was now the king of the puddle. He was literally a big snake in a small pond. Quite literally, he was big. And so he filled that section of Yamuna with so much venom that the toxic fumes were so much that even birds flying across will fall dead. So the people who live in that region, NCR it is called, the capital region of India near Delhi and so on, they are always complaining of toxic fumes. They should know that it goes way back to Dwapara Yuga. People are always complaining, we can't breathe, we have to wear masks, there's so much pollution. Delhi is one of the most polluted cities in the world, but it used to be so for ages. There's so much pollution there, so much of toxic vapors that emanated from that lake that even birds flying across would fall dead. So you can imagine how it was. So one day, one warm, hot summer day, the boys along with Krishna, again Balarama did not come that day. Apapana Sikhi Balarama. Very strange because Balarama was supposed to be Adishesha. In the previous avatara, he never stepped 1 foot away from Sri Rama. He was working so hard for Rama. Aham sarvam karishyeni, he was there for everything. So he had accrued a lot of leave. He never took sick leave. A lot of sick leave, so the HR people had trouble with it. They said, you have to start taking your leave now. Otherwise, it's a big liability for us paying out. So in Krishna Avataram, every once in a while he would take leave. He would not go with Krishna all the time. We already saw when Brahma Leela happened, he was not there. Now also he is not going to be there. Later on also, Krishna will go alone, Balarama will go alone. This is very unique. In Rama Avatara, he was like glue, always sticking. Generally, younger siblings are like that. To the annoyance of older siblings when they especially go to school. The older siblings have already been at school for 3-4 years. And this fellow will just join after that. And he doesn't know anybody, only knows his brother. So he'll go on. So as soon as break comes, he'll be with his brother. And all this, what is this fellow doing? No, he's my brother. Oh, okay, let's play. That fellow also will go along. Hey, why is he coming? What to do? He's my brother. I include him also. Okay, you stand in that corner. If any ball comes, you pick it up and throw. Okay, it will stand. So like that, Lakshmana was always with Rama, but now he is the elder brother, so he says, my path is my own path, and he went away he did his own things. So he wouldn't always accompany Krishna. Krishna, on the other hand, was entirely independent. Krishna was the younger brother. He never stuck with Balarama all the time. He did his own things. In fact, he was happy if Balarama was not there. And so that day again Balarama had not come, and Krishna along with his friends and leading the calves, they all went. It was a very hot day and they became very thirsty, and they forgot that this part of the river was forbidden to them. The elders had warned them, but they had forgotten. They went and drank the water. And when they drank the water, they all immediately, because of the poison, they all died. They fell dead. They looked at Krishna, they fell dead. Even the calves fell dead. Bhagavan saw it, he brought them all back to life. There was a Kadamba Vriksha, a tree, Kadamba tree that was growing somehow on the banks of that particular section of the water. He climbed onto that and he said, I will put an end to this menace of Vrindavan, and he jumped into the water. All the boys said, don't do that, Krishna. Already we just died and we came back. If something happens to you, who will resurrect you? Krishna said, nothing will happen to me. So he jumped in. And when he jumped in, he went directly and challenged this snake in its own domain. The snake became very angry, came up with all of its several hoods it had, not just one, it seems, several hoods it had. Mutated snake. They do find such snakes even now in the wild with multiple heads. It came up with all of its heads and coiled itself around Krishna and dragged him inside. Now the boys panicked. They thought nothing will happen to Krishna, but something really did happen to Krishna. All of them ran back few of them stayed there, few of them ran back to the village to say, Krishna has jumped into Kaliya's pond. The entire hamlet emptied itself out when they came rushing to see what happened to Krishna. Yashoda, Rohini, Nanda, all of them came running. Balarama also came along with them, knowing nothing would happen, but still he came because all of them were so worried, so anxious. And when they came, they found to their horror and their utter shock, they found Krishna lying motionless in the coils of Kaliya. Eyes are closed, he's not moving. The snake has reared itself up, looking with all of its copper red eyes at this child, waiting to pounce upon him and finish him off once and for all. This is the state in which all of them find Krishna. Yashoda, unable to bear it, rushes into the water. All the ladies catch hold of her. The men folk also try to go. Balarama stops them, knowing nothing will happen to Krishna. He is himself a snake. Adishesha is a snake. Is the incarnation of Adishesha. He knows this snake can't do anything. Even I can't do anything. What will the snake do? It's a chota mota snake. But at the same time, all the people are panicking, and Balarama sends a note. What are you waiting for? We have all arrived. Because all along, all this while, Krishna was never seen as at a disadvantage when he was fighting with any of these people. He was always having the upper hand. This is the first time we see him lying unconscious, motionless as it were upon it. Shuka, when he's narrating it, says like a normal human being he was. Like a normal human being. Fair enough, but why should Bhagavan do it now? All this time he did not pretend to be a normal human being. Why is he doing it now? I asked him. Why? He said, I was going to do a dance performance. Do I not need an audience? No, Bhagavan. It was a dance performance. 4 boys are standing there. What will boys know about dance? So he wanted the entire village turning. A whole village came. He created such a situation. Otherwise, other leelas, few people were here, few people were there. In the Uru leela, he got the entire village out. He said, I'm going to do a dance for all of my people. I'm going to entertain them. I'm going to regale them with a dance. So he was waiting for the audience to come. He was not in the coils of Kaliya. He was in the green room. Waiting to perform. So when everybody came, Balarama said, Krishna, we have all arrived. Any laggers behind, anybody lagging behind, slow coaches, slow pokes, everybody has come. All right. In that case, Bhagavan jumped up. He escaped all of those coils of that snake. And then what did he do? Quickly he ran up the head of the snake, the neck of the snake, and next instant, the one moment they found him lying in the water, motionless. The next moment he was up on top of one of the hoods of Kaliya. Ready to dance. He began to dance. And when he started to dance, what happened? Knowing that he was going to tam nartum mudyatam अवेक्ष तदा तदीय गंधर्व सिद्ध मुनिचारण देववद्वः प्रीत्या मृदंग पणवाणक वाद्य गीत पुष्पोपहार नृतिभिः Sahasopaseduhu. Bhagavan was about to dance. The other reason he was waiting for was for accompaniments. A dance in a chumma adina silent. Sometimes, people dance. If you watch a dance on TV, you put mute and then watch it. It will look very funny. So music has to be there. So Bhagavan has already sent note to the heavenly denizens, it seems. So Gandharva Siddha Muni Charana Deva Vadvaha Apsaras, Gandharvas, Siddhas, Charanas, all of the musicians, especially of the heavens, they all came. Mridanga, Panava, Anaka, several instruments were all brought along. Ready, accompaniments were there. Not only that, Geeta, Pushpa, Upahara, flowers are ready, made ready. Above special effects, they have to pour flowers from above. Bush in a smoke varum, light varum. Bhagavan is a great artist, performer he is. Everything was ready. He looked at all the audience, they're all waiting. Up above, musicians are ready. So he said, start.
भजे व्रजेकनन्दनं समस्तपापखण्डनं सुभक्तचित्तरञ्जनं सदैव नन्दनन्दनं सुपिच्चगुच्चमस्तकं सुनादवेणुहस्तकम् अनङ्गरङ्गसारगं नमामि सागरं भजे मनोजगर्वमोचनं विशालफाललोचनं विघातगोपशोभनं नमामि पद्मलोचनं करारविन्दभूधरं स्मितावलोकसुन्दरं महेन्द्रमानधारणं नमामि कृष्णवारणम् श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम कदम्बसूनकुण्डलं सुचारुगण्डमण्डलं व्रजाङ्गनेकवल्लभं नमामि कृष्णदुर्लभम् यशोदया समोदया सकोपया दयानिधिं ह्युलुखले सुदुःसहं नमामि नन्दनन्दनम् नवीनगोपसागरं नवीनकेलिमन्दिरं नवीनमेघसुन्दरं भजे व्रजैकमन्दिरं सदैव पादपङ्कजं मदीयमानसेवितं ददाति नन्दबालक समस्तभक्तपालक श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम समस्त गोपसागरि हृदं व्रजैकमोहनं नमामि कुञ्जमध्यगं प्रसूनबालशोभनम् दृगन्धकान्तलिङ्गणं सहसबालसङ्गीनं दिने दिने नवं नवं नमामि नन्दसम्भवम् गुणाकरं सुखाकरं कृपाकरं कृपावनं सदा सुखैकदायकं नमामि गोपनायकं समस्तदोषशोषणं समस्तलोकतोषणं समस्तदासमानसं नमामि कृष्णबालकम् श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम समस्त गोपनागरी निकामकामदायकं दृगन्तचारुसायकं नमामि वेणुनायकं भवो भवावतारकं भवाब्धिकर्णधारकं यशोमते किशोरकं नमामि दुःखशोरकम् विमुग्धमुग्धगोपिका मनोजदायकं हरिं नमामि जम्बुकानने प्रवृत्तिवह्निपायनं यथा तथा तथैव कृष्ण सर्वदा यथा तथा यथा तथा तथैव कृष्ण सर्वदा मया सदैव गीयतां तथा कृपा विधीयताम् श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम 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 श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम.
Bhagavan dancing upon Kaliya. Akila kaladi guruho nanartha. Akila kaladi guruhu. He is the supreme teacher and the master of all arts. And he was dancing in this manner, and all of them were witnessing this dance because Bhagavan has thought it is time for everybody to start accepting my divinity. Very unique plan Bhagavan has. Bhagavan is 6-7 years old now. He knows that he has a few more years left in Vrindavan. After that, he's got his mission, he has to go. And he has to, although it is going to be difficult for everybody, no matter what he does, but at the same time, at least if he reveals his divinity to them, they will understand that this is not just an ordinary child, this is the Lord himself. And that would give them some means of coping with this loss that is going to come, the impending loss for them. But remember, I did tell you that Krishna did not anticipate the challenge that the Vrajavasis would prove to be, because they didn't care that he was God. But we'll come to that later. There he was dancing in this manner. In Kaliya's, every hood was trampled underfoot. And we may think it is a very terrible thing to do to a snake. People might call PETA, PETA, RSPCA, etc. Prevention of cruelty to snakes. But no, actually, it was a great blessing that was given to that snake. Kaliya had several wives. And even though Kaliya was unwilling to admit his defeat, he was being thrashed, blood was pouring out from his several hoods. He was still trying to rear his hoods up one after the other. Every hood that went up, Bhagavan would trample it down. In the end, seeing how badly beaten he was, his wives came up and decided to appeal to Krishna's mercy. Shyamala Komala Krishna Murari Shyamala Komala Krishna Murari Shyamala Komala Krishna Murari Shyamala Ghana Shyamala Megha Shyamala Komala Krishna Murari Sridhara Yaduvara Krishna Murari Sridhara Yaduvara Krishna Murari Sridhara Yaduvara Murari यदुवर भवभयहर गिरिधर कृष्णा 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 श्रीधर यदुवर कृष्णा मुरारी श्रीधर यदुवर कृष्णा मुरारी श्यामल कोमल कृष्णा 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 मुरारी. Bhagavan stopped his dance. Kaliya accepted his mistakes. He didn't have to separately fall at Bhagavan's feet. He was already under Bhagavan's foot. The snake and his wives took Bhagavan into their lair, deep down into the water. And there they offered all kinds of worship to Krishna. Several costly raiments they had, gems they had, they gave all of that to Krishna. And all of them performed Pada Puja to Krishna. Brahma Kadigina Padamu. And at the feet of Krishna, they're not ordinary feet, because when Bhagavan took Vamanavataram, one of that foot went all the way up to Brahma Loka. Brahma washed the tip of the toe, and the water that was used to wash it became known as Ganga. Brahma Kadigina Padamu. Kamini Papamu Kadigina Padamu Pamutala Nidina Padamu. What a beautiful composition of Annamacharya, where he looks at the feet and thinks about every single event that is associated with the lotus feet of Bhagavan. When Bhagavan went to Vamana, as a Vamana, when he went to Mahabali Chakravarti's Yajnashala, that with the first time we are seeing him walk with those little feet. Chalagi Vasuda Goli Chinani Padamu Balitalamo Pina Padamu Talaka Gaganamo Talnina Padamu. With one foot he measured the entire earth, with one he measured all of the heavens, and the third he disdained to place it upon Mahabali Chakravarti's head. Balari Pugachina Padamu Brahma Kadigina Padamu. And then when he walked as Rama, Kamini Papamu Kadigina Padamu. Ahalya was there as in an invisible form. Like a rock she was. And when the dust of this lotus feet, when it fell upon that rock, immediately all the sins were washed away and she came back into her original form. Kamini Papamu Kadigina Padamu Pavutala Nidina Padamu. And here the snake's head, Bhagavan danced upon the hoods and the head of that snake. Prema Pushri Sati Pisikedi Padamu. Mahalakshmi sits there as though those feet are her own, as though she has monopoly over them. She never lets go of them. All the time she's there massaging those feet, doing Padasevanam. Prema with what? With so much prema she is doing it. Prema Shri Sati Pisi Kedi Padamu Pamidi Turagapu Padamu Paramayogulaku Pari Pari Vidamula Varamosegedini Padamu. Even for the greatest yogis, strange verse this is. Even for the great Parama Yogulaku, for the greatest yogis, whatever boons they ask for, he doesn't have to give, the feet are giving. Varamosagedi ni padamu. If you are a yogi, only feet will give for you. If you are a premi, his entire being will give it to you. That's a different story. We will see when the Gopikas come. He's not going to just give feet to them. He's going to give himself entirely to them. Paramayogulaku Pari Pari Vidamuna Varamosegedini Padamu Tiruvenkatagiri Tiruvenkatagiri Tiramani Chupina Tiruvenkatagiri Tiramani Chupina Paramapadamuni Padamu Brahma Kadigina Padamu. They worship Bhagavan in this manner, receiving all of their salutations. Bhagavan emerges back, giving Ananda to all the people of Vraja. Finally, when they see Krishna come back, after all the dance is done, they have some moment of respite. But then he disappears again. But this time, it is because they also can see all the snakes have come. They have all prayed to him. And Krishna goes now and comes back with all the gifts, laden with all the gifts. They all rush to Krishna. Bhagavan tells Kaliya, you vacate this place. Your lease is cancelled hereby. You're not allowed to stay anymore and cause distress to my people here. All this time you were here, that is okay because my people were not here. But now my cows are here, my calves are here, my boys are here, my girls are here, my uncles and my aunties are here, my grandpas and my grandmas are there, my mother and my father are there. My, no, avadi mamakaram. Bhagavan never had such mamakaram ever. It is only when he came to Krishnavataram, all of a sudden Ahankara and Mamakara came to him. The number of times he says Aham in the Bhagavad Gita, you should count and see. Mom, he will declare, Mom, Aham Tva Sarva Pape. The Aham and Mama and Mom, the number of times it comes. Yo Mad Bhakta Same Priyaha. I and mine come to the Lord also when he sees devotees. We have been asked to give up our I and mine. One of the most important and basic teaching that you would find all the time is give up your ahankara, mamakara, I and mine. But that is only with respect to worldly things. When it comes to Bhagavan, once we asked Swami, how do we love you, Swami? How do we increase our love for you, Swami? How do we love you more and more, Swami? And Swami's reply was so simple, so elegant and so simple. He said, how do you love your mother? Because you always feel, my mother, my mother, my mother. The same way, feel, my Swami, my Swami, my Swami. The way he punched himself in the chest. I still remember. My Swami, my Swami, my Swami. You will love Swami, he said. So Ahankara and Mamakara should be there. When should this be there? Hanuman goes and declares in Lag, Da soham kosalendrasya ramasya klishtakarmanaha aham. I. Who are you? I am the servant of Rama. I am the slave of Rama. I is there, and the I is declared proudly as the slave of Rama, servant of Rama. Aham. Where is mama abdinna? Where is the I? Where is the my involved? Mama na mine. Or where is the my? My Swami, my Swami, my Swami. Or as we said now, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Sri Krishna's refuge is mine. With great pride, we should use our I and mine. Not for worldly things. It is not worth using it for worldly things. I and mine are precious, they are. All of spirituality has to be understood properly. There is nothing that you need to give up. Because everything that you've been given is very precious. Every single thing that you've been given has been given to you, gifted to you by God for a purpose. Now, we've got 2 eyes, we've got ears, we've got a nose. Are we going to give all of those up? Will anybody give all of those up? Tell me. Give up your eyes. Give up your ears. No. We will not. Even if somebody tells us, no thanks, it's okay. Why? Because God gave these eyes. Why should I give them up? But who gave ahankara, mamakara? Bhagavan gave it. For what purpose? To feel it with Him. The only way the I should be utilized is, I am His. This I should be there as what? I am His. I belong to Him. I am His property. I am His. And He should feel pride in that. This belongs to me. He should take pride in it. He has a hall of fame. He has a hall of fame. And every once in a while he walks in that hall. When any guests come, he'll take them. See, my Prahlada. The portraits are hanging there. See, my Prahlada, my boy Prahlada. And see, my Radha. See, my Hanuman. And he points them out with great pride because that gives him the ananda. He says, Jnani Chabartarshava. When a Jnani comes to me, very great pride he finds in that. We should be in a position to give pride to Bhagavan. Joy to Bhagavan, pride to Bhagavan. We remember when we were students of Swami, and Swami would, with great pride, my boys, chusara, mana pillalu. My boys, he would say. And there was this dhwani, the tone of pride in that voice when he would declare, my boys. But we had to live up to that. Otherwise, how will he be proud of us? My children, my boys, they will be proud. Make him proud. So when we call ourselves devotees of God, devotees of Swami, devotees of God, we have got to live up in such a way that we make Him proud. He should not look at these and say, I don't know Him. But he says he's a devotee. I don't know. Because to be associated with you, if it is a come down for Him, if it is a step down for Him, if it is a humiliation to be known as your God, there are cases like that. There have been people who have come and told me, I don't have much respect for Sai Baba, they said, Satya Sai Baba. I said, why? What happened? No, one of my brother is, or a brother or cousin or somebody is supposed to be a devotee, he does, but the way he behaves is so terrible. If this is the kind of behavior he has, then I can only think how his guru should be. You can't blame him for that. How could you blame him for that? How could you blame that person for it? Obviously, he's going to, if you have come to a guru, if you have come to a God, if you have become a devotee, there has to be some sign in your life of it. In some way, you should be standing out and shining forth. So that when they look at you and say, oh, if this man is so great, how would his guru be? How would his Aradhya Devata be? That is when you bring that honor and bring. Not that he cares for it. Don't think that he is begging for it. He is Trilokadipati. You cannot add to his glory any more than a firefly can add to the brilliance of the sun. There's nothing you can do to diminish it. There is nothing you can do to add to it. He is unbothered by all of these things. Nevertheless, it behooves upon us. It as somebody who belongs to Him, are we not representatives of Him? So in every way, we should manifest that in our lives. Only then have we done Him proud. So Bhagavan says, these are all my people. You leave this little pond, go elsewhere. So he goes into the great ocean, but now he says, Swami, the only reason why he came here is because I'm afraid of Garuda. And then Krishna said, Garuda will no longer trouble you. The reason is, my footprints have been imprinted upon your hoods, and therefore nothing will happen. It is said that this mark is there upon the hood of a snake. Leah, have you seen this mark? It is the foot of Krishna. This is the soul of Krishna, and the toes opening up. So that mark is there upon the hood of that snake, and therefore nothing happens. All cobras have it. So Bhagavan said, go, be free. Once you have come to me, once you have fallen at my feet, once my feet have gone on top of your head, what fear remains for you? Who do you need to be afraid of? All this while you came here because you're afraid of Garuda. Go forth fearlessly. Garuda cannot do anything to you anymore. When Bhagavan comes out of the water, all the people have just seen him. They have seen him dance on top of Kaliya. They know that this is no ordinary child, but nevertheless, when he comes back, all of them take hold of him. Each and every one of them go and hug him, go and touch him. Are you all right? Are you all right? He is passed around like a trophy into the hands of every lady. Every man wants to take hold of Krishna. Let me check. No, he's all right. No, let me check. And so they took. Krishna has to go bodily inspections through everybody. His eyes are okay. Are you still able to see? The fumes did not affect your eyes. Can you see how many am I holding? Bhagavan was left wonderstruck in Vraja because of this. Each time he performed a leela, extraordinary leela that is not possible for human beings to do, the response that came from the people of Vraja was not something he expected at all. Not one of them said, what a wonderful deed you did, Krishna, you are really somebody, you must be something. That never came. If he ever did it for appreciation, he never got it, sadly. Because they were not in a mood to appreciate him. The only thing they felt was, are you safe? Did nothing happen to you? Nothing can happen to me. That's okay, but are you still okay? That is the prema, that is the pure prema of the people of Vrindavan, of Vraja, that Bhagavan was able to enjoy during his stay there. After that, everywhere he went, he was Krishna the great Lord. And it was given to him only even when he went to his Guru Sandipani. Later on, the Guru says, what can I teach you? You're already that Brahman, this, that and the other. Everywhere he went, he was always recognized for his greatness, so people associated him with him because of his greatness. It is only in Vraja where he could be whatever and he would still be loved by those people. So many stories are there. Many of the Asura destruction stories are there. But for Krishna to kill Asuras, it is not a big deal. Even to talk about it in great detail, as though we are making big of something very small, it will only seem like an unnecessary exaggeration. Dhenukasura was an Asura who came in the form of a Dhenuka. Dhenuka means donkey. The English word donkey comes from the Sanskritam word Dhenuka, Danaki. You can see that. So he was killed. Then another Asura called Pralambasura came. Guess what happened to him? Don't get any points for it though. He was killed. One day with all these boys, Krishna went grazing. In the north, it gets very hot. North India, especially in that region, it gets really hot. Summers are really blazingly hot, dry heat. Much like what we have here. And so in the summer, there was a bushfire. And all the boys and the cattle had gone there and they got caught in a bushfire. Everywhere there was a fire all around and they were soon trapped in that fire. They did not know what to do. They looked at Krishna. Krishna Mahavira He Ramati Vikrama Davagrina Dahyamana. We are being burnt by this fire. Do something. No, Krishna is the same age as them. But look at the confidence that they have. Krishna, there's a fire. So, do something. Save us. Remember, take it for granted. Remember, naturally you will save us. In fact, they say, Nunam Twadbandavaha Krishna Nacharhanti Avasaditum Vayam Hi Sarvadharmagya Tvannata Tvatparayanaha. Confidently these boys tell Krishna, this fire has come and we are all yours. We don't deserve to suffer. So save us. Na arhanti avasaditum. We are not people that should be suffering in these fires. Na arhanti. We don't deserve such things. Yenna. Tvannataha, tvatparayanaha. We consider you as our leader, we consider you as our master, we are entirely dependent upon you. Therefore, you should protect us. Otherwise, this fire will become Nattatunahum unpajiye. Blackmailing Krishna. You better save us because otherwise it will be a pillar of shame for you. All right, tateti. Bhagavan said, all right. But he said, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Fire everywhere, roaring fire everywhere. Can you imagine the situation in which these boys are? Bhagavan says, close your eyes. It goes against all natural instincts. I've already told you how in Vraja everybody was able to easily overcome natural instincts. When there is a danger, what is the first instinct? You open your eyes wide and see. Will you close your eyes when there is danger? Your natural instinct is to open your eyes. These boys, Bhagavan says, close your eyes. They close their eyes. Immediately they close their eyes. It is not enough merely to say, Man tvannataha tvatparayanaha. We are dependent on you. You are our Lord. You should also follow it through. And when should you follow it through? When everything is nice, if all of them are having fun, close your eyes and okay, what are you going to surprise us with? In danger, when there is roaring, crackling fire all around, they can hear the sound, they can feel the heat, and the fire is advancing towards them. And Bhagavan says, close your eyes. That faith and that obedience, that trust and obedience that they have in Him is what gives them the right to look at Krishna and say, you deserve to save us. You ought to save us. We don't deserve to suffer, they are saying. Anyone who has got that trust, anyone who has got that obedience can look up at the Lord and say, what are you still doing? Save me. And Bhagavan will rush to save you. You don't need to plead with Him. You don't need to beg, oh Swami, please save me, please shower your grace. Now what for? When you do your month's work, whole month's work at your workplace, do you have to go and beg finance and payroll? Please, can you please credit my salary this month? I've done all the work. Please look at my timesheets. Can you please put my... It comes naturally. If it doesn't come, you send a scathing email to them. My salary is not yet credited. What's going on? Yeah, you know you deserve it. You worked for it. You ought to be paid. There is a confidence that surges forth in you when you know you have done your bit. Even this little story and the Gopalas demonstrate a great truth to us. The reason why we are so hesitant and we go to God, we pray to God, but we are not sure whether God will grant our prayers or not. We pray 4 times, 5 times because we don't know whether He's heard the first time. No. Why? Because you have no confidence that He will answer. If you had the confidence that He will answer, even if it, at least for your satisfaction, you may want to tell Him once, I have a problem, please protect me. But once, there's no need to tell Him again and again. Why? You don't have confidence, so you're trying, sir, please. Please. If you don't mind, please. I'll get to it. No, please. Very typical Indian style it is. Yeah. Very typical it is. They'll say, yes, we'll do it. I know. Please. We think if we say please few times, that things will happen. Please. Because we learn it from as children. We never grow up. We learn it as children. When father says no to something, no, but please, can we really have it? No, you can't have it. No, but can you please. Because if you keep on nagging Him, it will get done. So we implement that with God also. We keep pleasing, please. And Swami used to say, no, please me. You don't have to keep saying please. Once it so happened that Swami was a bit upset with the boys. It was a setup, not so much an upset. Because he wanted to teach us a lesson. And we had, our focus had shifted. It was justified. Focus had shifted, it was a sports meet or something and everybody was busy playing games and tournaments and so on. People were late to come to darshan. Swami noticed it. Swami was he said, if you don't want to come for darshan, I don't want to give you darshan. Simple. Darshan used to be at a certain time. Every day, 3:45 darshan. In the evening, Swami would come. And we would leave at 3:30 from the hostel so that we are there in time for darshan. And then as soon as we all sat down, Swami would come out and we would have darshan. So Swami, everything was set. All these times were set. So when he wanted to not give us darshan, he would come at 3:15, finish darshan and go inside. For a few days this happened. And we cottoned on to it and we said, something is going on. So we said, okay, we will go at 3:15. He came at 3. So then we knew something is really going wrong here. We must have done something wrong. Otherwise, he would not respond to us in this manner. So, taking permission from everybody, finally we were there. And when Swami came, we all gerawed him, corralled him, ambushed him, surrounded him. And we said, Swami, please talk to us. Swami, please talk to us. Swami, please talk to us. Swami. And Swami knows he has his own way. What should I talk to you? Swami, please talk. I'm talking to you now. No, not like that, Swami. Swami, please, Swami, please. After that, we don't know what to say. Every argument, he's got something to counter it. In the end, there was only one thing we knew, because we had learned it from childhood. Swami, please, Swami, Swami, please, Swami, Swami, please, Swami, Swami, please, Swami. Everybody started yelling, please, Swami, in harmonies, overlap, counting, everything had happened. Please, Swami, 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 please, Swami, Swami, please, Swami. And Swami looked at us, looked at all this, please. And Swami said, exactly, please, Swami. Please me. Then you don't have to stand in this manner and ask. You do not have to beg from God if you have pleased Him, if you have made Him happy. Instead of saying, please, 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 please me. Do put it into action, not words. Do it in action. Here the boys are demonstrating that to Krishna. Krishna says, close your eyes. They close their eyes. Then and there they close their eyes. Now Bhagavan says, now open your eyes. And they open their eyes and they find that they are no longer in the midst of that fire. They are somewhere safe, far away, safe from that fire. The usual haunt where they would come and play. So in this manner, time is being spent, months are rolling, seasons are coming and going. Everybody is getting a turn to being with Krishna. First came the turn of all the ladies, Angana Darshaniya Kumara Leela. Then came the turn of all the boys and the men, because Krishna would go out and the whole day the men would be out, the boys would be out as well, the men would come to see Krishna. The uncles would take turns in carrying Krishna back home on their shoulders. Today, I will carry Krishna. The boys, of course, had such fun and such games with Krishna all along. They were witnesses to the destruction of so many of these asuras. So every community, every section of the demographic was getting something or the other from Krishna, barring one. One community was left out. What is this community? The Gopikas. Who are the Gopikas? All the young girls of Vraja. For convenience sake, we classify them as Gopa, Gopi, Gopala, Gopika. Gopa, go, cow, pa, protector. So cow herd, Gopa. Gopi, wife of Gopa. It's simple in our Indian language, Mama, Mami. So Gopa, Gopi. Then the boy is also Gopas only, but how to distinguish them? Junior Gopa, Gopala boys. Gopika. Gopika are the younger ladies, the young girls. Same age as Krishna, younger than Krishna, slightly older than Krishna. All these girls are all there around Krishna. Unmarried girls, they are all. There was a lot of gender segregation in Vraja in those days. People used to get married very early. So until then, they used to maintain distance. And because of that social restriction on one side, and second, Bhagavan also had no time. He was busy playing with all these boys and everybody else. So this was a neglected demographic. And so all those girls felt bad. Every evening, stories at dinner table, everybody will sit down and everybody will talk about the day. How did the day go? Now all the boys will say, today Krishna did this, today Krishna did that. And the mothers and the grandmothers and the other elderly ladies would say, today we went to Yashoda's house, Krishna was doing all of this. And the men folk would also give their own stories about how they were with Krishna. So these girls are all sitting at dinner table watching, for us no Krishna. Why is no Krishna for us? So that created a longing in them. This deprivation created a longing in them. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. And so the separation, the sense of why cannot I have Krishna became so much for them. And so what? They would go and stand at the edge of the forest when Krishna had led the boys into the forest, and from inside they would hear the flute of Krishna's music coming out. And these girls will all stand there listening to that. They will think about how Krishna would have been, how he would stand there. They would imagine him, because they've seen him go every morning when Krishna would leave with the calves or the cows and the boys. They would all stand hiding, watching him. There he goes. So every day would a costume. And they've seen that costume, and they can imagine how, because the boys would narrate, the brothers would tell, today Krishna was standing like this, Krishna was doing this, Krishna. So they would imagine, picture all of that. Barhapidam natavaravapuhu karnayor karnikaram bibradvasa kanaka kapisham vaijayaltim chamala Raldral Veno Adara Sudaya Purayal Gopa Vrindai Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishat Gita Kirtihi. Barha Pidam Natavaravapuhu. They say that when Vyasa wanted to teach Bhagavatam to Sri Shuka, Shuka was leaving home and going. He did not want to have anything to do with samsara, he was leaving and going. Vyasa was getting agitated because he is after compiling the 4 Vedas, each one he has taught to one disciple of his. 17 Puranas he had composed, he had taught all of that to another disciple. 1 Purana he had kept. Yat Purana Tilakam. Yad Vaishnavanam Dhanam. Paramahamsya Samhita. Abdina, there is a special work he has done. Vyasa was a bit, not a very impartial guru, I should say. Because to disciples he gave Vedas. Other Puranas, the other two Puranas, Usku Purana, Nariya Purana, Padma Puranam, and the Skanda Puranam, Shiva Puranam, Garuda Puranam, Varaha Puranam, so many different Puranams, all those Puranams he gave to another disciple. 1 Puranam is there, Bhagavata Mahapuranam, Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam. That he is reserving. He doesn't want to give it to all disciples, and he wants to give it to his son. Yaar son Sri Shuka. And this Shuka doesn't know that this treasure is waiting for him. He said, I have some wealth to give you. I don't want any wealth. Vairagyam. I will not be tied by your property, by all your wealth and so on. I'm leaving. Everybody Shuka went. Vyasa said, that is not the wealth. I don't want to listen to any of your wealth. But Vyasa did not know how to bring him back. He called out Putra, oh son, Abdina. Shuka is not responding, trees are responding. That is no use for him. He can't teach Bhagavatam to trees. So there was only one way to bring him back. He took out 1 shloka from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Barha Pidam. A peacock feather as an ornament for the head. Barha Pidam Natavaravapuhu. Look at him. Will anybody ordinarily dress like that? Even women will not dress like that. Just look at the costume he's wearing. His dress itself is like ornaments, jewels. On top of it, I have put jewels on. Natavaravapuhu. Natavara, the best of actors or the best of dancers. His body is like that of the best of actors or dancers, so gorgeously decorated. Shall we call him handsome? Should we call him gorgeous? Should we call him beautiful? Should we call him pretty? And every term will apply to him. If you want to look at Krishna and say, hey handsome, it applies. Do you want to look at him and say, hey gorgeous, it applies. मेरे बांके बिहारी लाल, तुम इतना ना करियो श्रृंगार, नजर लग जाएगी, नजर लग जाएगी, नजर लग जाएगी, ओ मेरे बांके बिहारी लाल. They sing, oh Krishna, don't dress up so much. दृष्टि पटर पोर्दरा करना, people will cast their eye upon you. कहीं नजर ना लग जाए. The moment you look at him, it's like, he's so beautiful. Natavaravapuhu. You should enjoy all of this. You should see him in front of your eyes, standing there. And Tribhangi Lalitakaram. How is Bhagavan standing? His body is bent in three ways. He's holding his flute in his hand like this. And his head is naturally inclined like this to play upon the flute. And then his waist goes like this, because to balance it out, he's like this. And then his legs go like this, and his ankles form another bend. Three bends are present in him. Tribhangi Lalitakara. Natavaravapuhu. And how to describe him? Karna yor karnikaram. Karna yoho karnikaram. Karnikaram no pushpam. There is a flower called Karnikara Pushpa. And on his ears he is wearing earrings that look like that Karnikara Pushpa. Or maybe he's put the Pushpa itself as a earring, because Krishna was very, anything goes for him in the forest. Berries he would become earrings. Or flowers would be stuck and they would become ornaments. Whatever you do to him, he will look beautiful. That is something I have seen with Krishna. No matter how I dress him up, he will still steal your heart and your eyes. Netra manobhiramam. Even if I make him stand there plain, he will still capture your heart. And if I deck him up with so many jewels, he will still capture your heart. That is he alone can carry it with such elan. Natavaravapu karnayor karnikaram. Bibradvasa kanagagabisham. And his ornament and his dress. Normally yellow silks, like gold. I get bored of that. I say, okay, you've always worn yellow. Come, I will dress you up in different colors. It's okay. Bibradvasam kanagagabisham vaijayantim chamalam. And a mala, a beautiful garland around his neck, resting upon his chest, Vaijayanti mala. And in his hands he is holding his flute. And what is he doing to that flute, Abdina? Raldral Veno, Raldran Veno, Adara Sudaya. Purayal. He's playing upon the flute, and the gopis are thinking, Krishna, are you playing on the flute, or are you busy filling the holes with the nectar that flows from your lips? Raldral Veno Adara Sudaya Purayal. It is not that he is a bad flute player, that instead of sending air into it, is spitting into it, and then afterwards he has to drain it out like this and saliva is going to come. Adhara Sudha means the nectar from his lips. So you know what is the nectar of his lips? That music that emanates from it, filled with so much prema. So much prema. And it awakens love in everybody's heart, those who listen to Krishna's flute. That is how he charmed everybody. He brought everybody around by simply using that flute. Raldral Veno Adara Sudaya Purayal Gopa Vrildai. Gopa Vrildai. Surrounded by all of the boys, he's going into the forest. Vallam Bakarao, Vallam Punyamannawal. गोपवृन्दैः वृन्दारण्यो स्वपदरमणं प्राविशत् गीतकीर्तिः. Swapada Ramanam, Bhagavan wanted to go and enjoy himself in Vrindaranyam. Vrindaranyam is his own place. Swapada Ramanam. His Dhamam, his Padam, his place where he delights. And so he enters into the forest surrounded by all these boys playing upon the flute, dressed so handsomely, so gorgeously, so prettily. And the Gopikas are standing at the outskirts of that forest, imagining how he should be standing inside. Vrindavanam Saki Bhuvo Vitanoti Kirtim. Vrindavanam Saki Bhuvi Vitanoti Kirtim. The earth is famous because of Vrindavanam. Oh, children, earth is famous because of Vrindavanam. Without Vrindavan, who live on the earth? Abdin children, Gopis are saying. Not an exaggeration. I'll tell you something very interesting. Statistics. Back in 2012, you can go and check this out. Back in 2012 in Melbourne, we started the ashram called Naimisha. Until then, Zurich used to be the most livable city in the world. Go and check the statistics if you want. Go back and check it. After that, Melbourne stole the scene and became number one. And continued to do so for several years in a row. And then we went to Thiruvannamalai for a few years. And Melbourne's status dropped. Go and check it out. I'm not making it up. When we came back again and started Naimisha Ashram with all Krishna's stories and so on, Melbourne is back to being number one most livable city in the world. People think because of transport, people think because of art and culture, there's only one reason why. And we can see how that reason changes when we are not there and we are there. It is him who's making it most livable. Gopikas go one extent further. What most livable is the most livable planet? Earth thane. Why abdina? Vrindavanam Saki Bhuvo Vitanoti Kirtim Yadevaki Sutapadambuja Labda Lakshmi. Why is Vrindavanam so famous? Devaki's son is there. How did these people know Devaki's son? Another name for Yashoda is Devaki. Yashoda had two names. Everybody has so many names. Devaki nu oru peru Yashoda ki undu. Another Devaki Nandanaya Cha nu solluvom. Two Devakis are included in Devaki Nandanan. Yashoda also is Devaki only. Govinda Venum Anumatta Mayura Nrityam Prekshadrisano Avaradanya Samasta Sattvam. And there he is playing the flute and peacocks are dancing to that. The birds are singing to keep up accompaniments for it. All the creatures of the forest are standing still as though in samadhi because of listening to that flute of Krishna. Patapaduma Krishna Patapaduma Krishna Palukute Teni Paluku Mataladuma Mugunda Manasu Tiraga Vedasaramanta Tisi Venuvandu Tiruga Posi Ganarupa Mugamu Marji Pata Paduma Krishna 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 Krishna, 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 Pata Paduma. The gopis would enjoy the flute of Krishna in this manner. But that's all they could. They could not go in to see him play the flute. They would only imagine that what they wanted the most of all was to be with him. They had only one question for him. One question they would always ask whenever they see him pass by, they would say, Kab loge kabar more Shyam, मुझे अपना बना लो घनश्याम, कब लोगे कबर मोरे श्याम. When will you take cognizance of me, Krishna? We are also existing. Do you not know that we are existing? So many of us are there. We are a big population we are. When will you make us also your own? You've called the boys your own. My boys, 17 children. My uncle, my auntie children. What about us? Are we not yours? So, kab loge kabar more Shyam, mujhe apna bana lo ghanashyam. And so one of them decided, not enough simply asking like this, we've got to deserve it. Yeah, just now somebody spoke about it, gave a big discourse. And in the discourse they said, don't simply go and say, please, 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 Krishna, earn it, deserve it. So we have to deserve it. How to deserve it? What shall we do? One girl came up with a brilliant idea. She said, let us do Katyayini Vratam. Katyayini Vratam. All the unmarried girls, it was a tradition that they used to do. They used to go to the banks of Yamuna early in the morning. In the months of December, Margashira Masam, when it is very cold, early in the morning they would go there, take a dip in the icy waters of Yamuna and worship Devi Katyayini, the goddess. So they decided for one whole month, they said we will do this. So every morning they will wake up. One of the girls will wake up first. Perhaps Radha. And then she should go and call all the other girls also, don't keep sleeping. How long will you keep sleeping? Andal did the same thing in Shivliputtur. And she showed us that you don't have to live at the same time as Krishna. Andal came recently. In Kali Yuga she came. And she was somewhere deep south, nowhere near Vrindavan. She was down south in Shivliputtur. And she was born to Periyarvar. She was found by Periyarvar, who filled her up from childhood about Krishna, 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 Krishna. He told Bhagavatam stories to her because he himself was so inspired by Bhagavatam. Dashamaskandam. And so she grew up listening to Krishna's stories, and she heard how all the gopikas went to Yamuna to perform Katyayini Vratam. A similar version exists in the south also called Pavai Nombu. And so every morning she woke up, she decided to do that. And she said, but all the gopikas went together. I will not go alone. Let me call everybody. And so she would go and knock on the doors of all her friends, and she would say, come, it is the day is breaking. Come, let us go and pray to him. Let us go and wake him up. And so she did that too and attained him. Showing to even today you can attain him if you have the same bhava in your heart. What bhava is it called? A gopi bhava it is called. All of the Dashamaskandam, all of the story of Krishna that we have spoken so far, it all is one phase, but all of it is leading up, gearing up only for this sake. All of these were only teasers. All of these were only samplers. All of this is gearing up for the main story which we are going to enter into now. Because we are going to talk about the greatest devotees that ever existed upon the face of earth. Not by face of earth. In all the 14 worlds. The Gopikas. Why do I say they are great now? Even in this yuga, Swami would only speak about Radha, 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 Gopikas, Gopikas, Gopikas. They left an indelible mark upon his heart, and he could never forget them. And so as we approach this part of Krishna Katha, let's approach it with as much love as you can summon up in your hearts. Because if we don't have some love in our hearts, we can't even dare go near the gopis, the gopikas. There's a bhava called Gopi Bhava that is even greater than Brahma Bhava. And so Gopikas decided to get together. They went in the wee early hours of the morning, went and took a dip in the cold waters of Yamuna, fashioned an image with the mud of the Yamuna banks, Vrajraj. Brought flowers and so on, offered a little puja. Katyayani Mahamaye Mahayoginyadishwari Nandagopasutam Devi Patime Kurute Namaha. And they prayed to her, Amma Devi Katyayani Mahamaye Sarvayogin Adishwari, Yogini Adishwari, Supreme Goddess of all the yogis. You're the Supreme Mahamaya yourself. We pray to you, we ask you only one thing. What is it? Nandagopasutam Devi Patime Kurute Namaha. Make Nandagopa's son my husband. Make Nandagopa's son my husband. May I become married to Nandagopa. Nandagopa's son, may I give my life over to Nandagopa's son. To Krishna. They can't say Krishna Nama. Nandagopa's son. Iti mantram japantyastaha pujam chakruhu kumarikaha. Chanting this mantra, they are doing puja. Let Nandagopa's son become our husband. Let our lives be forever devoted to Nandagopa's son. Let our lives be forever dedicated to Sri Krishna. Let Sri Krishna accept us. Evam samratam cheruhu kumaryaha Krishna chetasaha Badrakalim samanarchuhu bhuyan Nanda sutafpatihi. For one whole month they observed this vrata. Every morning they would wake up in the dawn, singing songs in the early morning, wake in Nagar Sankirtan, holding hands. Abadda Bahavaha. All of them will hold hands together. Early in the morning they have to go there, a little scared. So they find joy in that company. And whose company? Ella like-minded. That is the company that one should delight in. There is no greater joy than satsanga. When you meet another person who loves God, the joy that is in your heart simply multiplies. Exponentially it grows. After that there is something extraordinary happening in that samagamam. So all of them are holding hands together. Abad anyonya abadda bahavaha Krishnam uchai jaguyantya kalindyam snatu manuaham. Going there, they are singing loudly about Krishna's songs. So one morning, early in the morning, they have come. Last day, final day of their Vratham. Chitran Chirikale, they have gone. And these gopis, had their own method. They put all their clothes on the banks of the river. The clothes they wore, they put it there. And then they went into the water to have their dip. Early morning, nobody is there. So only the girls are there. So they didn't mind entering into the water without clothes. Quickly they will have their dip. They can't spend too much time in the water anyway. It is cold. So quick dip and then come out, immediately dry themselves, wear the clothes and do puja for Katyayani. So that day, when they wanted to do that, they have left their clothes there, they've gone into the water. Bhagavan. Sri Shuka is very clever. Whenever he wants to show Krishna doing something that fools might object, idiots might find offensive, he always adds one word, Bhagavan. Don't forget, this is Krishna, this is the Lord, the Supreme Master of the universe, whom we are talking about now. Otherwise, scoundrels and rascals will think that they can sit in judgment of what Krishna can do. Bhagavan Tadavipreetya Krishna Yogeshwareshwaraha. Who is Yogeshwareshwara? Very specifically these words have been chosen because Krishna is not somebody who is not in control of his senses. Even a Yogeshwara, yogi, will have to control his senses. A yogi, Ishwara, means a lord of yogis, would have to have even more control of his senses. Yogeshwareshwaraha, Ishwara of yogis. How should he be? Bhagavan, how would he be? Nala Bhagavan is coming. And when he came there, he saw all these clothes there earlier. He went and quickly picked up all those clothes. Dark it is. The gopis are busy having the dip. Quickly he came like a lightning. He picked up all their clothes, climbed up the Kadamba Vriksha that was growing there and sat on it. And then laid out those clothes in order, one by one, on the branch. Sat down waving his legs up in the air. Hasadbihi, laughing happily, sitting there. When the girls came, finished their bath, they were trying to reach for the clothes. The clothes are not there. Hey, where did the clothes go? Where are our clothes? Where did the clothes go? Hey, we left them there. They are not there. Then suddenly there is a peal of laughter coming from above. They turn up and they see Krishna sitting there. All the clothes are there. Atra gatya balaha. Come girls. Atra gatya balaha. Kamam swam vasa parigrihyata. Come, take all your clothes. Satyam bruvani naunarmayat yuyam vratakarshitaha. I'm not joking. Come, take your clothes. I want to help all of you. That is why he took all the clothes and kept them here. Come, take your clothes. Come, take your clothes. Krishna, how do we come out? How do you come out? The way you went in, you come out. Vanda valiye po. Pona valiye va. Ni pona valiye va. The way you went, you come. But Krishna, when we went, nobody was there. Now you are sitting here. How can we come out? If you don't want to come out, stay in the water. I'm not compelling you to come out. You can stay in the water if you want. Krishna, it is so cold. Then come out. Krishna, don't make fun of us. How come? No, I'm not making fun of you. I'm helping you. What help is this? You came and stole our clothes. What kind of a... No, who said I'm stealing your clothes? I'm keeping them safe. I thought I'll keep your clothes safe. They were all in a messy muddle they were. I put everything separately because, it was a big problem if clothes get mixed up. So I've kept them all neatly. You come and each one come and point out which is yours. I will throw it out to you. No, thank you. You push everything down, we will take it. No, that cannot be done. One girl summoned up her courage and she said, Krishna, if you behave like this, I'll go and tell your appa. I'll go and tell your dad. Krishna laughed. Go, quick. What are you waiting for? Let me go. Appada, she realized, how can she go? She can't even get out. How is she going to go all the way to the village and tell Nandagopal? Ayyo. Krishna, Shama Sundara te dasyaha karavamatavoditam. He Shama Sundara. He Shama Sundara. Neelamegha Sundara Nirajalochana Brahmandanayaka He Sai Sundara He Shama Sundara. Te dasya karavamatavodhitam. Krishna, Shyamasundara, don't play with us like this. We are your dasis, we are your slaves. Oh, you are my slaves? Yes. Karavamatavodhitam, we will do whatever you ask us to do. But Dekhivasamsi, give the clothes back to us. Dharmajnaha, don't you know dharma? Should you not give the clothes? Bhagavan said, oh, if you are my dasis, if you are my slaves and you will do whatever I ask you to do, then come out and take your clothes. You can't say one thing and do another thing. Come on. So no other option now, so the girls came out. But when they came out, they still tried to preserve their modesty by covering their private parts with their hands. Bhagavan said, that won't do. Then what more do you want? Put your hands up above your head. Put your hands above your head. Krishna is 7 years old now. Bhagavan is only 7 years old. He's a child. So don't go getting wrong ideas into your head. But I will tell you a right idea that you can hold in your head. In our Sanatana Dharma, we have 4 ashramas: Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. Sannyasa is the last ashrama, that of a renunciate, when you become a monk, sannyasi. The traditional method of taking sannyasa is like this. You choose a guru and you go through a preliminary stage of preparation. And when the time is done and the guru decides and deems that you're ready for taking sannyasa, you go into the water and take a dip in the water, and they would usually be clad in only a loincloth, and they would let that loincloth also go, chant the mantra by which they say we have given up everything, and walk out of that water nude, because it is a new birth for them. When we were born without clothes, isn't it? And in front of the guru they would stand there, and the guru would then give them the saffron colored cloth, which they would then tie around themselves. A new name would be given to them. That is why sannyasis always have a different name: Sammananda, Disananda, Dattananda, and so on. It's a name given. It is like a new birth. And when you have a new birth, you're born nude, you're born naked, you're given new clothes. Shirai alittu nirvanama cheid arutshirai alittu arul arunachala. Ramana Bhagavan invokes this imagery in Aksharmanamale when he says, Chirai ajit, remove my clothes, strip me bare. Nirvanama chaidu, strip me bare of my clothes. And aruchirai alittu arul arunachala, clothe me anew in the raiment of grace. Bhagavan is not playing with these gopikas. Bhagavan is not teasing the gopikas. Bhagavan sees how eligible they are for sannyasa. Uttamadikaris. And so he is initiating them through the sannyasa procedure. Giving up, they receive new clothes from him. Now they have a new name. New name they are going to get. Each one of them is a dasi. Krishna dasi. They all belong to Krishna now. We are your servants. We are here only to be your servants. And Bhagavan said, come, put your hands above. Let's follow sannyasa dharma. They did. They gave up all their body consciousness. They forgot that they were in front of another man, because suddenly they realized there was no other man standing in front of them. It was Purna Brahma Sanatanam. It was their very self being standing in front of them. Not another man Krishna, not another boy Krishna, but Sakshat themselves, the Atma Swarupa is standing there. Who would be ashamed to stand naked when in front of themselves? Bhagavan gave the clothes to them. They all wore it. Very shy they became, very bashful they became. They came and stood near Krishna. Why are you doing all this? Krishna asked. Krishna, there's only one thing we want. You ask us why we are doing this vratam. Sitral chirkale vandul nai sevit ulpatra marediyai potrum porul kelai பெற்றமை துண்ணும் குலத்தில் பிறந்த நீ குற்றேவல் எங்களை கொள்ளாமல் போகாது. இற்றை பறை கொள்வான் அன்று காண். கோவிந்தா கோவிந்தா கோவிந்தா. எற்றைக்கும் ஏழாழ் விரவிக்கும் உள்தல் நோடு உற்றோமே ஆவோம். உனக்கே நாம் ஆட்செய்வோம். மற்றை நம் காமங்கள் மாற்றேலோரெம்பாவாய். The entire bhava of the gopis is summarized by Andal in one last 29th Pasuram. She says, Krishna, Govinda, do you know why we have come early in the morning and following all these procedures? Only one reason, Krishna. Not for moksha, not for liberation, not for jnana, none of those things. There's only one thing we want, Krishna. What? Ask, what do you want? Krishna, no matter how many births we have to take, 7 births, so be it. 14 births, so be it. 7 times 7 birth, 49, so be it. 7 to the power of 7 births, so be it. எற்றைக்கும் ஏழேழு பிறவிக்கும் உந்தன்னோடு உற்றோமே ஆவோம். Krishna, no matter how many births we take, we should be dear to you. We should be near to you. We should be close to you. In every birth, you should look at us and say, they are mine, they are mine, they are mine, they are mine, they are mine. Oh, so I should declare you are mine. Yes, Krishna. Why? What do you want to do after I declare you are mine? What would you do? உனக்கே நாம் ஆட்செய்வோம். We will not care for any privileges, Krishna. We are not going to assert our right saying we are yours. No. What will we do instead now? चाकर राखो जी, चाकर राखो जी, प्रभु जी मने चाकर राखो जी, चाकर राखो जी, प्रभु जी मन चाकर राखो जी, चाकर राखो जी, प्रभु जी मन चाकर राखो जी, चाकर रहसो चाकर रहसो, बाग लगासो, नितुट दर्शन पासो, चाकर रहसो, बाग लगासो, नितुट दर्शन पासो, वृंदावन के कुंज गलिन में, वृंदावन के कुंज गलिन में, गोविंद लीला गासो, प्रभु जी मन चाकर राखो जी, चाकर राखो जी, प्रभु जी मन चाकर राखो जी, मोर मुकुट मोर मुकुट पीतांबर सोहे, मोर मुकुट पीतांबर सोहे, गले में जलती माला, मोर मुकुट पीतांबर सोहे, गले में जलती माला, वृंदावन में धेनु चरावे, वृंदावन में वृंदावन में धेनु चरावे, मोहन मन मोहन मदन मोहन, वृंदावन में धेनु चरावे, मोहन मुरली वाला, प्रभु जी मन चाकर राखो जी, चाकर राखो जी, प्रभु जी मन चाकर राखो जी, मीरा के प्रभु रागे प्रभु गहिर गंभीरा सदा रहो जी धीरा आदि आधी रात प्रभु दर्शन दीने आधी रात प्रभु दर्शन दीने प्रेम नदी के तीरा प्रभु जी मन प्रभु जी कृष्णा चाकर राखो जी Krishna, keep us as your slaves, Krishna. Keep us as your servants, Krishna. That is all we are seeking from you. We are doing this puja, we are doing this penance only to be servants of yours, to be slaves of yours. We will get up early in the morning. We will sweep your courtyard clean for you. And then when you come out, we will be standing there waiting to see you. Nittutu darshan pav. We will see the darshan which you will give us more. Mukutu pitambar sohe gale vajanti mala. The low peacock feather dancing upon your crest. The yellow silks clad around you, making you dazzling in our eyes. The vanamala, the wild flowers that resemble us, all of us with our wild different personalities coming together to become one garland around his neck, dancing upon his chest. And as you go out to graze your cows in Vrindavan, Krishna, we will do service to you. And in the hopes that Adi Raat Prabhu Darshan Deene, in the middle of the night, what will you do? Sleep? No. We will wait by the banks of the river of love. Prem Nadi ke tira. Prem Nadi. What is Prem Nadi? Yamuna is the Prem Nadi. At the banks of Yamuna, in the middle of the night, we will wait for you so that you will come and give us darshan there. Wherever the river of love flows in your heart, there he comes and gives darshan. And so they prayed to Krishna in this manner. Bhagavan looked at them. Bhagavan was very happy. He said, I promise you, I will fulfill all your desires. I shall grant you your heart's desire. I will grant you this. I promise you that I will fulfill this for you, Krishna said. Not immediately though. It's going to take some time. He's busy. He's got so many things to do. He's got so many devotees to go and see. We're going to see what all he's going to do. And the gopis are waiting because they know there's a promise. Krishna is going to come to us. Adi Raat Prabhu Darshan Deene Prem Nadi ke tira. One night he will call us. We will be ready because we do not know when. Krishna said to them, I will call you. Await my call. Await my call. And they said, yes, Krishna, we will wait for your call. No matter how long it takes, our ears will be tuned only to one call, the call of your flute. And the moment you call us, we will drop everything and we will come rushing to you. And Bhagavan looked at them and said, promise? He's given them a promise. I will call you. Then he asks them, will you come? We will come, Krishna. We will come. We promise you we will come. We will drop, what if you are busy? We will drop everything and come. Really? Yes, Krishna, we will come. All right then. Pinky promise. And there is a beautiful oath taken between God and the devotee. The covenant, the holiest of covenants, the greatest of covenants between God and the devotee. That when the devotee's heart longs and pines for him, the Lord says, I promise I will call you. And the devotee says, and the moment you call me, my Lord, I shall drop everything and I will come running to you. Only then can something magical happen, rasa happen. Because both are necessary. The God, for the Lord to call us And for us to be ready, waiting for that moment, because we do not know when that call will come from him. At that moment, we cannot say, I'm busy with this, I'm busy with that. Ready to drop everything, rushing to him. And we will see that happening when Bhagavan calls them to do the Rasa Krida. But for now, on this happy note of this promise between Krishna and the Gopikas, and this promise between Krishna and each one of us, whoever here has that Gopi Bhava in their heart. Gopi is not a girl. Gopi is not just a woman. Don't think that men cannot be gopis. Because in Vrindavan, there is a nice temple. It's called Gopeshwar Mahadev. Shiva wanted to be part of the Rasa Leela of Krishna. So he came with Trishula and Damaru. He came. And when he came there, they stopped him and they said, Krishna is having private business here. You're not allowed. But I want to see Krishna. Sorry. But there are a lot of people inside. Bouncers are there. Gopi bouncers. Standing outside. Barring Shiva from entering. Shiva's Bhutanatha, Pashupati, Bhutapati. Hey, I'm Pashupati, he is Gopala. We have lots in common. Pashupati, a lot of Pashu, cow. Gopala, Pashupala, na, lot of cows. We both have lots in common. I've got lots to discuss with him. I'm going in there. No! Gopis have so much power, they stopped him there. Now Shiva was getting desperate. Initially he was trying to win them over with bravado. That didn't work. So he said, how can I get in? I want to go in. How can I get in? Only women are allowed inside. Oh, okay, fine. Shiva went to Yamuna, took a dip in Yamuna. He came out, dressed himself in gopi clothes, like all these gopikas are sitting here. Wore nice chunni, lal chunni. Dressed himself but covered his face, because face has got 3 eyes, manly face, Neelakantha. So wore a veil and walked in. Now can I go in? So they looked at her. This gopi has got a strange voice, very deep voice. But okay, so you can't voice shame anybody. Go in. So she went in. He went in. And then all the gopikas are dancing already. Krishna is yet to come. But they're all dancing. So Shiva looked at them and said, I'll also dance. So he also started dancing. Shiva, Nataraja. Nataraja, but Nataranis are required there, not Rajas. So Shiva is dancing, and Shiva's dance is filled with angular postures. Gopis are Lavanyam, curves for gopis. Shiva is all straight lines. They're looking, this woman dances funny. She speaks funny, she dances funny. So some of them, when Krishna came, Krishna was getting ready to dance. Krishna is coming there, and some of these gopis go to Krishna. Krishna, today new woman has come. New girl has come. Oh, Krishna knows. He said, new girl has come. How is she? She has a very, very gruff voice, Krishna. You could almost mistake her to be a man. And even her dance, very funny it is. All of us are laughing. Shiva is supposed to be the greatest dancer, and the gopis are laughing looking at his dance. Because Shiva dancing is appropriate when Shiva dances as Shiva. When he wears gopi costumes and dances, it doesn't look nice. Gopis didn't do Tandavam, no. Nobody heard of Gopi Tandavam. He jumping up and down, going like this. And Bhagavan came. Oh, Sundari caught hold of his hand, pulled him towards himself. Now Shiva is feeling a bit shy. Let me see your face. No. Why not? Let me see your face. Here, nobody is veiled here. Everybody opens their veil. Let me see your face. And when he opens it, Shiva, hey, what are you doing here? This is the only way in which they let me in, so I have to come in. So Gopi Bhavana, even now Gopeshwar Mahadev is dressed like the level lingam is there, but is dressed with womanly clothes. Bhava is not something external. Bhava is something internal. Gopi Bhava means to love Krishna not as though, nothing else matters but him. That is Gopi Bhava. Whoever loves Krishna in that manner is a Gopi. Whoever loves Krishna and Krishna alone exclusively is a gopi. So on this note, we will stop here today. That this promise of Krishna that was given in Dwapara rings true even now, that if you have that same bhava in your heart, Adi Raat Prabhu Darshan Deene. In the middle of the night, maybe when you are sleeping, and he will come in your dream. Prem Nadi Ke Tira. On the banks of the river of your love. On the banks of the river of your love, he'll be waiting for you. Sweet dreams. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kashit dukha bhag bhavetu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Sai Ishwarar Pranamastu.